This video is going to be about groundwork, but also on grooming before and after, what to do and what to look for. So I use these cross ties in my barn, but they're not tied off hard. They're on a tie ring, so you can possibly see those are tie rings on both sides, so my horse is not tied off hard. If they were to spook or fall or anything, they could get loose without hurting themselves. And I'm using a metal curry comb and a soft brush. And if you watch Rocky's mouth and his tail, he's actually really enjoying it. He's chewing like as if a mare or as if two horses were rubbing each other's withers. He's actually liking it. He's kind of wiggling into it, pushing into it a little bit, loose tail. He actually really enjoys it because it's July and it's hot and sweaty, and the sand and the sweat sticks to him from yesterday. And so I get him out and groom him before I work him, and then I bathe him when I'm done, which is on the right, and we'll talk about that. But while I'm doing this, I am looking to see, A, how he responds. Is he flinchy anywhere, sore back or sore anywhere? Is he got tight muscles? Is he spasming anywhere? I will also rub my hands on there, feel for any tight muscles. Ashley Odom in our group, she does wonderful massages. She's a massage therapist. But if you can't get a massage therapist out right away, there's you can learn 4 strokes on your own to do. There's also the massage machines you can do the big muscles with. Stretching their legs can be really helpful. And then now I'm going to clean their feet. I haven't done mane and tail yet. I decided to groom for this video and then pick the feet. Now, while I pick the feet in Florida, I do this before every ride and sometimes after as well. What I'm looking for, if your horse is barefoot, you want to check for bruises or rocks or anything that shouldn't be in there, sticks. Pick it out really good with the brush and the pick so that you get, and I feel like, it's summertime, so I'm going to spray some copper sulfate or put some coat defense hoof powder in the cracks and just make sure we're not getting any white line disease or any thrush or fungus and bacteria can grow real quick in the humid weather. And these horses are in wet grass a lot because of the humidity. So keep that in mind, picking their feet and doing some sort of treatment to help keep them healthy. It is abscess weather when you have it going wet and dry a lot. And so always cleaning their feet before and after is very important. And of course, I'm going to go a little quicker around to the other side and do that foot. And then you'll see I'll do the next foot. And you can even rub your hands, feel for heat in the foot, feel for any heat or swelling in the tendons and ligaments. You can also spend time squeezing a little bit on the tendons, ligaments, make sure that there's no swelling or heat or reaction, like you're possibly getting a strained or tear in your tendon or ligament. So I sprayed the crack there. And then that's basically it on the hoof care. And that's kind of what I want to do. There I'm talking about the coat defense hoof thrush powder, and just stay up on that. Other products that are good is like in the hoof cracks is maybe today or tomorrow, things like that. So again, just doing that. And then after I ride my horse, even during my horse, like this day I only did groundwork, but I want to watch their sides are not heaving too much. I want to watch their nostrils, ride in the early or late part of the day so they don't get overheated. Touch their hair, skin, feel how much warmer their muscles are than ours because they're bigger than us. So make sure you cold hose them until their flanks are done. Their flanks are no longer heaving and their nose is no longer heaving, and until their temperature is cooler. Now, they say don't scrape the scrape the water because they get hotter, but I'm going to put my fly spray on, and it's expensive. And it's oil-based, and I don't want it diluted too much, so I will scrape away some of the water. And it also keeps my horses from rolling. If I don't scrape it, they're going to go right away and roll. But if I do scrape it, now I'm talking about, I do scrape it and I go to put my fly spray on, like that. And I use a rag to do the face, by the way. I use a rag usually to wash the face, and I use a rag to put the fly spray on around the ears and the eyes. And now Rocky, he gets a pink nose, so I put the Copper Tone Water Babies. It's 50 SPF. I'll put that on his nose. And if your horse has any kind of chapping or blisters, you can put Desitin and Water Babies mixed together. And I'm pointing out that he had scratched his face in 2 spots, right there and right there, probably sweating and itching, and rubbed it on a fence board or something, or stall. But this whole area here is pink, so I put the what do you call it, the copper water babies on there, copper tone. And it's just because it's 50 SPF, but you can actually mix Desitin SPF together because it has that zinc oxide or whatever, and it's really good to put on their pink spots, just not around the eyes. And like I said, I do use a rag around the eyes and the ears to keep the bugs off, and I fly spray the rest of the body. And I do feel like watching their nostrils and their sides is really important, and the cold water in the shade is really important after a ride, especially this time of year, because even the night times don't cool off. Are usually is 90s and 70s in the south, and it's usually 100% humidity. So it's really hard to cool off when it feels like a sauna. So even at, this is what, 8 in the morning, it's still hot. So keep those things in mind for grooming your horses, and you'll have a healthier. I was gonna say, now talk. Trying to say the two words together, but healthier and happier horse. Pay attention to their legs, their hooves, their muscles, and overall their attitude when you're grooming them. And watch for things like overheating with the nostrils and the flanks, and sweating. Make sure all that's going to normal. Basically, I'm just saying, know your horse, and and take the time to do the right things for your horse. If you shoe your horse, check for those bent shoes. If you have abscesses, you can soak them in a medicine boot with Epsom salts, or you can make them a wrap with a drawing salve or Epsom salt and Ictamol, or I use a clay poultice, things like that. So anyhow, take care of them, and they will take care of you. Thank you.